Greetings to everyone. This is Anushka from Example, a student-driven platform to help you crack your NEET exams hassle-free. Today we have Dr. Ritu Chauhan with us, currently in first year of MBBS and is pursuing her degree from the prestigious Maulana Azad Medical College. It's a pretty renowned college which needs no prior introduction, and it goes without saying the effort to require to get in. Very heartily congratulations, Dr. Ritu Chauhan, for your achievement. I'm sure the journey must not have been easy. So, without any further ado, let's start the interview. So, my first question to you is, what was that motivation which aspired you to become a doctor?
First of all, thank you so much for your really kind wishes. Uh, since childhood, I had this curiosity in my mind, like how things work. How is this a stethoscope in a doctor's neck that if he's or she is able to diagnose the disease and tell us? Like all these questions were there in my mind, and I wanted to explore them myself. So as I grew up, I was really, um, startled by this profession. Like, oh my God, this is like solving a mystery, knowing about the human body from the signs and symptoms coming to the disease diagnosis. It was really interesting for me. So it was basically my curiosity and interest that led me to get into this field.
Like you are having very keen interest in being a doctor, right? From the very start.
Yeah,
Yeah, very good to know.
yeah. As early as I was, 2 and a half years old, I would demand for a doctor's head, or I would really be startled by a skeleton if I see it somewhere. I would not be
Oh,
afraid of it, but rather think that if it's the same bones inside everybody, then why is everybody so different? So all those kind of questions would strike my mind, and that is how this interest grew and became my career now.
yeah, it's really very interesting to know. Okay, so coming up to our next question, what was the method of study which you adopt while preparing for your NEET examinations?
So basically, I gave 4 attempts for my exam. So each year would come up with a different strategy and a different method.
Yeah,
But the the one which worked for me was taking a year-long course. I took an online course and then following whatever my teachers told me there. Like if they would tell that you have to do this question or you have to solve this daily practice problem or attempt tests regularly, I did that for 1 year consistently. So I think consistency is the best method to get you to anywhere you want to. Like
yeah,
you can do anything with that. Hard work is there, but if it makes no sense if you are working hard 1 or 2 days in a week and then uh, relaxing and chilling. You have to
yeah.
do it continuously over a period of time to get that desired result.
So basically, hard work with consistency is the motto which you
Yeah,
followed.
yeah, because we get motivated sometimes and we study like 14 or 15 hours in a day, and next day it's all vanished.
Yeah.
We are sitting, we are wasting our time on social media. It makes no sense that way. You have to do it consistently. Only if 6 hours a day you are able to do, that's enough. But you have to
Okay.
do it regularly.
Yeah. We have to like practice it on a regular basis. We have to make it
Yeah.
as a routine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, like, how did your typical day look like while you were preparing?
Actually, my preparation was not that typical. Like a typical dropper would wake up in the morning and then start studying till the night. But I was working also. So I had to
Okay.
go on my job as well. So I would wake up in the morning, get ready for my job, then go for my job, uh, do my work there early, and then whatever time I had there, I would study in that time. While
Okay.
traveling in the bus or metro, I would just solve some questions or watch a small video. I used to make audio notes for my study. So I would just listen to that audio and revise my topic. And as soon as I would come home, I would just change and get back to my study. So
Okay.
that is how a typical day in my life looked like, which is very atypical from all those toppers
Yeah,
that we
literally.
have.
Like, you managed it really very well. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
like,
But that's what I say, na, consistency is the key. I
yeah.
did it regularly for over a period of time and the results were there.
Yeah, okay. May I know what is your weakest area and how were you able to overcome it?
Look, academically, I would say my weakest area was understanding the concepts of physics.
Okay.
But the most weakest area, if I would say, was my anxiety and my fear that I would fail again.
Okay.
Because once you give three attempts, your confidence levels are really low. Any dropper, you would say, for that matter, once you fail in an exam, it's really hard to get your confidence back that will be able to crack it. So overcoming that fear also was very important for me. So I did that also, because in my third attempt I scored a decent 550 marks, and still I was not able to get into a college. But at that time, if I would have stopped working, then I would never be here. So
Yeah.
overcoming your fear is was the most important and the most weak area that I had. Even today also, I feel anxious about the amount of syllabus that we have in MBBS. But
Okay.
it's okay, we have to do it. Everybody is doing it. And
Yeah.
we shall pass through this.
And like it's your interest, so of course you are going to do
Yeah,
it.
there's no point of giving up. There was no point ever. So it was your dreams, your motivation will keep moving you. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's true. Okay. Ritu, there must be various pressures, okay, which would be arising while you were
Hmm.
studying, while you were preparing. So how were you able to deal with those pressures?
I think pressures are there in every field. Like if you're even preparing for any exam, if you're in college, then you go for any job, pressures are always there.
Yeah.
But uh, you have to tackle them in your own way, and you have to find a way to look into them. Like somebody saying something wrong about you, which can ruin your day. But on the other hand, you can take it as an opportunity and learn that okay, people are thinking like that.
Okay.
It's just the perspective that you have to look for. Like for a NEET aspirant and a dropper, people might think that you have given three attempts and still not able to do it, and they would think that you're mad about it. Like you're literally mad. They'll say words about you, and they might feel that you're not capable of doing it. But the only way to stop all this is to do that thing. Like you clear the exam, you get your selection. That's it. You don't have
Okay.
to answer everybody. You don't have to think about what others are saying, what others are thinking. You just do your work, get your results, and the rest all will be taken care of.
So like we must have a very positive approach while we are preparing for all those competitive exams and almost all the exams. Positive approach is must.
Yeah, yeah. Positive approach is must, because there was a phase, where I felt that I was sinking in all those things that were happening, job thing going on, health issues going on, preparation going on, not managing it well. And then I realized that I need to make a major change in my thinking. And that's when things really started to change. I started meditating on a regular basis. I started with a minute of meditation, and now I'm able to meditate for 10 minutes. So that was a
Good.
very positive decision that I took. And
Yeah,
I almost suggest everybody to meditate. Like it's the best thing that you can do for yourself. It's
really.
just building you really better. It makes you strong. It makes you feel connected with yourself, and that's when you're able to make decisions well. You're able to work better and get your results.
Yeah, it's really good to know. Ritu, how did COVID affect your preparations?
Okay, COVID came at a time of opportunity for me, actually, because I was working, as I told. So
Yeah.
during COVID time, we started work from home, so I would get more time to study. And even
Okay.
if the peak was going on, and we would go for our office like 2 or 3 days a week on alternate days. So that also meant more time for me to study. It came like an opportunistic thing for me, and I took it as an opportunity, because if I would have thought that oh my god, it's COVID, what am I going to do now? Then things would have fallen the other way around. But I took it as an opportunity. Ki now I'll get more time to study. Obviously, there was this fear that I might get infected because I was constantly going out. In fact, my mom got infected in the second wave. But yeah, things work out. You just have to be
You
there.
still
You have to
kept
stand
going.
strong. and things would work out.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to make your own way.
Yeah, like we must have such a mindset, well prepared beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, like Ritu, there were almost 15 to 20 lakh students who gave NEET examinations. And of course, everyone must have prepared well. But what did you do differently, which resulted in your success?
As talked earlier, I was consistent.
Yeah.
Uh, not and I never counted my hours of study because it was not possible for me to study 10 to 12 hours with my job going on. So what I did was I used to make a schedule for myself every day, like every night or every morning for of that day. I would make my schedule that these are the things that I want to do. If there's a lecture that I have to see, I have to do that. And if there's a DPPA to solve, if there's a PYQ to do, if there's a test that I have to do, and I would plan it already, and I would do it in my day. And at night, I would just tick off all those things. So it was like a
Okay.
big chunk that you're doing every day that really keeps you going to write your schedule on a piece of paper. And when you check all this, I still do it in my MBBS. That if you check all those things, you feel that great, feeling of achievement that okay, I have done this much, and
Yeah.
yes, I'm going on the right path. And secondly, I would say that positive way of thinking, and I never skipped my test. That is the most important thing that I do.
Okay.
I've seen students running away from their tests and thinking that they'll study and revise more. But I think if you're not giving tests, then you're actually not in the game because
Okay.
then only you'll know your real position and your real knowledge will be tested there. So don't skip your test, study consistently, and have a positive mind. That I'll say.
Like just solving or just revising what we did, it's of no use. We have to apply it and we have to check on our score, our progress.
Yes, yes, sure. We have to see that how much we are understanding.
Yeah, that's true. So, Ritu, our future NEET aspirants would love to know what was your parents' reaction when they learned that you have cleared your NEET examination with such a good marks and rank, and you would soon become a doctor?
Yeah, my parents actually when I came back from the paper and I was not that happy
Oh,
because in my home when I was attempting tests I was able to solve all the questions and then I would score around 680, 690. But in the paper I found the physics section tough and I was not able to solve all the questions. I didn't attempt 5 or 6 questions. Uh, I remember. So I thought that if I have not attempted all this question and what if my other questions also go wrong, this year will also get wasted. So I didn't came home with a really happy mind and a
okay.
happy face. And my parents were like, it's okay, you gave your best and हम कुछ और कर लेंगे वाला कि it's
Yeah.
okay, you tried now. And I remember before having my dinner, I was eagerly waiting for the answer keys that coaching publish. So
Okay.
when the answer key came and I matched my answers and my score came as 675, I was like, oh my god. I checked it again.
Yeah.
Then again it came 675 and my parents were like, okay, you finally did it. Because they
Okay.
were, one of the uh, like best pushing factor behind
Yeah.
me. After my third attempt, when I came back home and I said that I'm scoring around 550, they were like, give one more attempt, we're almost there.
Oh,
तो अब यहाँ से वापस नहीं जाना. अब 550 से हम कर ही लेंगे.
yeah.
So
Okay.
that it was like that. Okay, a dream come true moment. My family was really happy.
So you
It
really
was
had a
all
very
really good.
strong, moral support from your parents, and that's very much
Yeah,
important.
that's very much important. They realize like they realized that I was not happy doing that job, like 9 to 5 sitting on that desk. It was not
Yeah.
making me happy or feeling me like I'm doing something worth it. But now, as I'm in a medical college, it's not it's not easy. I would say it's filled with hustle and bustle, things going on, me waking up late night studying, and there's a lot to study. There are lot many things going on in college, but yeah, it feels worth it. Like I feel that I'm doing something.
Okay, very good to know. So Like, would you recommend students that what are the books which you refer other than NCRT for your preparations?
I would not suggest students to go anything beyond NCRT because
Mm.
currently seeing the NEET pattern from the past 4 to 5 years, like I have appeared for this paper from the past 4 to 5 years. So I'll say stick to NCRT. There are hardly any concept coming out of NCRT. Like they are copying actually each and every line, each and every diagram, graph, even graphs of NCRT from physics NCRT I've seen coming in paper. And in
Okay.
chemistry also, direct lines are coming as filling the blanks. Biology is purely NCRT. So gone are the days where NEET aspirants would look for any other book or any extra coaching material to be provided. But I'll strictly suggest stick to NCRT. And if you're following any course, then I think your teachers are the best source to tell you the extra information that you need for the exam. Otherwise, there's no need to solve any other book for that matter. If you're solving your practice papers, your test, and if you want to get into the concepts really better, then I'll say there are so many books available. Like Arihant is there, MTG is there, Dishal is
Yeah.
there. Pick any one and do. But even if you're not doing any book, that would hardly make any sense.
Okay. Like you must be thorough with what you're doing, with what you're
You must be
preparing.
thorough. Like practicing 1,000 questions and 1,000 books won't help because paper is coming out of those, 360 questions. So you have to thorough with the material you are providing. And nowadays, NTA has given you the syllabus. So
Okay.
stick to the syllabus. The questions will revolve around the syllabus only. So you have to thorough with that syllabus. No need to go beyond like students keep on struggling in this biology that we have to study earthworm or we have to study frog. You don't have to. Syllabus has written cockroach, so you have to study just cockroach, nothing else.
Okay, now Ritu, coming on to our next question. How does it feel like now you're in your dream college, which you dreamt of?
Actually, Malala Medical College is very near to my house, so I whenever I had this dream that I'll become a doctor, and when I came to know, okay, you have to enter a medical college, so that was the college for me. Yes,
Mhm.
that's the college where I want to be,
Okay.
and it feels really awesome that the the college that you have dreamed of or the life that you have dreamed of, you've created it for yourself with your own hard work. So that feels really good. Like all those hard days and all those tough times feel worth it because whatever you're doing right now is just absolutely amazing. Every single day in my MBBS life is a new experience. Like today only, I learned how to take this radial pulse from patients. So every day
Okay.
I'm learning something new, a new
Yeah.
case, a new patient, something new. That's really interesting.
Okay. Like really, your efforts paid you really well. Okay. So
Yes,
like
everybody's effort pays well in life someday or the other.
yeah,
It's just you have to do it consistently.
yeah.
You
Like
never know it's your day.
we must have a kind of patience. The efforts will
Huh.
surely come. Like it would pay. Yeah.
Yes, yes. You have to be patient enough.
Yeah. So, like, what was your last moment strategy before appearing for NEET examinations?
In the last few days, I made a point to revise, like in the last week itself, I made a point
Okay.
to revise my syllabus at least twice or thrice. And for revising your syllabus twice or thrice in a week, you have to be like thorough with your syllabus throughout the year. Only then
Okay.
you'll be able to revise it in a such a short period of time. And you have to do it like so many times that whenever you're flipping through the pages of NCRT, you're actually seeing, okay, I know this page. Whatever is written on this page is in my memory. Or whenever you're flipping through your notes or formula sheet, you have to be like, okay, I know all this. So for that last moment strategy, you have to work for the rest of the year.
Okay.
Only then the last moments will be easy enough. And I would suggest in the last days, you have to keep giving your tests on a regular basis. But yeah, a day or a day or two before you can leave the test and just relax. And on the last day itself, you have to relax. You have to just accumulate your energy. You have to get your thoughts straight and just keep yourself calm. Otherwise, last moment panic can ruin your
Yeah,
study.
yeah, like keeping a mind calm at the very last moment, it's really
Mhm.
important. Okay. So, what piece of advice you like to give to the students who are currently in their 11th standard, 12th, as well as repeaters?
Competition has grown exponentially.
Yeah,
Like when I appeared in 2018, there were like 13 lakh students. And now, as we progress into this 2022 attempt, we have more than 18 lakh students. So that's huge competition. So you have to be the best in your approach. You have to be the best in your effort to get into your dream college. Because it's hard reality that 99.9% people, 99.8% people will fail. Only
yeah,
point 0.1 or point 0.2 will pass. So to stand apart from that crowd, you have to work hard. Only then you will be able to stand apart from the crowd, and you don't have to waste your time here and there in social media or some idle sitting or gossiping or roaming around. Like whenever I used to sleep, also, now I would think that now I'm sleeping, somebody else must be studying. So you have to get into that attitude in your life that when you are wasting your time, somebody else is making use of it and you are lagging. You have
yeah,
to get that attitude, and just simply don't take MBBS because it's so charming, but it's so difficult also. So you have to know what you are doing because you are deciding your career.
yeah,
So you
right.
have to love your subject. You have to be passionate about it. Only then you'll be able to go through it. Because after clearing NEET UG, you have this NEET PG, MD, MS, super specializations also going on forever. You have
Yeah,
to be
really.
that passionate that will be able to complete it.
Okay. So, Ritu, what role has peer-to-peer learning played in your life at MBBS as well as your prior studies?
In my prior studies, I was like, I didn't think that the peer-to-peer study made any difference to me because at that time, in fact, all the students in the teenage are not that inclined or focused that they'll sit in a group of four and just study. No, they'll not. They'll just chat about something, chit chat, and uh,
Okay.
leave the study. But I think in MBBS, students are more mature, more focused. So now we regularly have peer-to-peer discussion. Like we have a group or two, we will video call each other. And before exams, there's the peer only that helps you understand a topic in 5 minutes, like 5 pages of a topic in 5 minutes. That's a wonderful thing that peers do. So yeah, if you are mature enough and if your friend circle is mature enough, then it's the best thing you have. But you have to see also because it depends on the other person as well. Not only your efforts, but the other person effort also matters.
So, what are your views basically on importance of peer-to-peer guidance?
Like I said earlier, I didn't feel it was as useful. But now, as I progress into my MBBS, I'm knowing that peer-to-peer studies are really important. Like we
Okay.
divide topics in a group of 4 to 5, and one chapter we do in like 1.5 hour or 2 hours, each person telling a topic. And in fact, our college also encourages us to do such activities. They organize such seminars or activities in which we are given certain topics and we present it in front of the whole class. That's how we learn topics now. So now it is playing a major role in my studies, but I don't think in NEET it played any major. In fact, I was not in touch with any of my friends during my preparation.
So, Ritu, you have gone through our app. So, what is the most important feature which you loved, or what do you like most about the example app?
Um, Actually, I've not used that app, but I really think that students helping other students is the best thing. Like
Okay.
I also try help the aspirants as much as I can to whatever platform that I'm using, and I think that's the best thing because once you are on the other side of the table, like you know how the struggles that you have faced can help somebody else, so
Yeah.
that can ease somebody else's path. So that's the best thing students can do for other fellow students and the community.
Okay. So, coming to the last question of our interview, what would be your message to the future NEET aspirants who want to walk the same path as you?
Well, I'll say nobody should walk the same path as I. A student should clear their NEET exam in first or second attempt itself. But even if you are facing those hardships in life, and even if things are not in your favor, just don't give up on yourself. Just don't give up on your dream, and just believe yourself. And for doing that, you have to do a lot of hard work. There's no replacement. Like there's this concept, prevalent nowadays in the Gen Z, smart work. You have to be smart enough to get work, but I don't think there's any substitute to hard work. Like smart work, okay, it's there. You have to be smart enough in your approaches, but hard work is going to stay forever. You have to work hard to get
We
to your
can't
path.
skip hard work. It's
You
always
can't
there.
like it's always there. You have to work hard. You have
Yeah,
to sit and burn yourself. Then only you will get the light of future now.
yeah, that's what. Okay. So with this, we come to an end of our interview. Thank you so much, Dr. Ritu Chauhan. It was a very pleasure talking to you. This was very
Thank you so much.
insightful, and we hope that the students must have learned a lot of things from this session and will surely implement all the steps and guidelines in their preparation. It was a very enlightening interview. Thank you for making time for our students today. We wish you all the very best for your future. Thank you.
Thank you so much.